Fascia is often described as the body's hidden web. Some people say it connects everything, stores emotions, causes pain, and can be released with the right technique. But what is fascia actually doing in your body? The real answer is more useful than the dramatic one. Fascia is a broad term for connective tissues that surround, separate, support, and connect many structures in the body. It is found around muscles, between muscle layers, around nerves and blood vessels, in tendons, ligaments, joint capsules, and many other connective tissue structures. It is not one single sheet running through the body like a piece of plastic wrap. It is a family of tissues with different shapes, thicknesses, fiber arrangements, and jobs. Some parts are loose and allow structures to move and slide. Other parts are dense and strong, helping transmit force and hold tissues in position. Some are arranged in layers. Some blend into muscles, tendons, or bone. So the first important point is this. Fascia is not a separate body system that works instead of muscles. It is part of the body's connective and movement system. Think about walking. Your brain organizes the movement. Your muscles create force. Your joints guide the motion. Your tendons and connective tissues help transmit and store some of that force. The skin and deeper tissues provide information about pressure, stretch, and position. Fascia is involved in this larger conversation. It helps give tissue shape. It helps separate one structure from another. It helps neighboring layers move relative to each other. And in some places, it can help distribute tension across a region instead of leaving one small structure to handle everything alone. This matters in ordinary life, not only in sports. When you reach for a cup, your hand, forearm, shoulder, ribs, spine, and legs are not working as isolated parts. When you carry a bag, the load travels through your hand and arm, but your trunk and legs also adjust. When you sit at a desk, the experience is influenced by the chair, the screen, your breathing, your attention, the amount of time you stay there, your recent activity, and how much variation you have during the day. Fascia is part of the physical environment in which all of these structures move. But it is not the only explanation for why a position feels comfortable or uncomfortable. This is where fascia is often turned into a simple story. Someone feels tight, so the fascia is blamed. Someone has pain, so the fascia is said to be stuck. Someone feels better after massage, so the fascia is assumed to have been released. Sometimes these descriptions may help a person understand their experience, but they can also make the body sound much simpler than it really is. Pain is an experience produced by the nervous system in response to many kinds of information. A painful area can involve local tissues, nerves, inflammation, sensitivity, movement habits, stress, sleep, previous injury, expectations, and the situation a person is in. Some fascial tissues contain sensory nerve endings and may contribute to how pressure, stretch, and threat are detected. But pain does not automatically prove that fascia is damaged, stuck, or shortened. Now consider sport. In sport, fascia matters because movement is not just about producing force. It is also about transferring force, absorbing force, timing force, and repeating force without exceeding the body's current capacity. A runner does not move by contracting one muscle at a time. A tennis player does not create a serve only with the shoulder. A football player does not accelerate using the legs alone. The body works through coordinated chains of muscles, tendons, connective tissues, joints, and the nervous system. The spring-like behavior of tendons and other connective tissues can help store and return energy during activities such as running, jumping, and changing direction. Connective tissues can also transmit forces between nearby structures. The exact contribution depends on the tissue, the movement, the speed, and the person. This does not mean athletes should stop training muscles and start training fascia instead. Strength training, skill practice, sprinting, jumping, mobility work, and gradual exposure to load already place demands on the connective tissues. The useful question is usually not, how do I isolate my fascia? It is, how can I prepare my whole movement system for the demands I am asking from it? That leads to the fascinating question, does fascia have memory? Not memory in the way your brain remembers a conversation or a face, but tissues can carry a history. Repeated loading can influence the way connective tissue is organized and remodeled. Healing after an injury can leave a scar. Long periods of reduced movement can change how a region tolerates movement. Repeated training can change how tissues respond to force. At the cellular level, fibroblasts and other cells respond to their mechanical environment. They can alter the surrounding extracellular matrix, including collagen and other materials. Researchers sometimes describe these processes as mechanical or cellular memory. This language does not mean that fascia is storing a personal story or an emotion like a hidden recording. It means that the tissue and the cells may respond differently because of what they have experienced before. There is also another kind of memory, nervous system memory. If a movement has repeatedly been painful or threatening, a person may become more protective around it. The body may tense earlier, avoid a range, or interpret a familiar sensation as more dangerous. That pattern can feel as if the tissue remembers, but the memory is distributed across the nervous system, movement behavior, and the body's physical tissues. This distinction is important for therapy. Massage, hands-on work, movement, education, and exercise can all influence how a person feels and moves. Sometimes the change is a local mechanical effect. Sometimes it is a change in sensitivity, attention, confidence, breathing, or motor control. Often, several things happen together. We do not need to pretend that a therapist is physically melting a hardened sheet of fascia with their hands in order to respect the improvement a client feels. The result can be real without the most dramatic explanation being true. The same principle applies to foam rolling and other self-myofascial techniques. They may help some people temporarily improve range of motion, reduce soreness, or feel more prepared for activity. But the exact mechanism is not always clear, and the effects should not be presented as proof that adhesions have been scraped away. So what should you remember? First, fascia is real, important connective tissue, but it is not a magical explanation for every pain or movement problem. Second, fascia works together with muscles, tendons, joints, nerves, skin, and the brain. Third, connective tissues can adapt to loading, injury, recovery, and movement history. That is one reasonable meaning of tissue memory. And fourth, the most useful approach is usually to build capacity gradually, vary your movement, recover well, and pay attention to how your whole body responds. Fascia is not a mysterious web controlling everything from the shadows. It is a living part of the body's architecture, adaptable, sensory, connected, and involved in how we handle movement. The more we understand it, the less we need to fear every tight spot or chase every perfect release. The goal is not to find one hidden tissue responsible for everything. The goal is to understand the whole system well enough to give the body more useful options.